hope you're doing really well. I hope it's not too cold where you are. It's freezing here where we are, and I'm just kind of looking forward to summer or a holiday because it's just so cold. Okay, today I just wanted to kind of go over some points I was like thinking about the other day. I didn't want to just make another makeup video. I thought I wanted to give you guys some advice. I wanted to give you some tips, and like not everybody obviously knows all that there is to know, so some of you may already know these things, some of you may not. I just thought it would be fun to give you guys a 10-point sort of list, if you like, just to kind of give you an idea of what you should be doing, how you should be looking after your skin and things like that. So if you guys want to know what these 10 points that I've made, then keep watching. Was when you're applying mascara, so never apply mascara as soon as you take it out of the tube. Some people straight away take out the mascara and start applying the mascara. Thing is, there's so much product on the wand that your eyelashes are going to clump, and so if you don't want that clumpy look, which most people don't want, then I would suggest once you take out your mascara, start to take out all the excess from the wand. Have as little mascara as possible on your actual brush. That way you get full separate lashes without the clumpiness. So that's tip number one. Never apply mascara straight away. Take it off and then apply it. Number two, this is, some people it's a given. Never apply too much concealer under your eyes. Some people tend to think that in order to cover their under eyes area, they've got dark circles, they tend to cake on the concealer. Now you don't need to do that, because the concealer, all it's doing is giving you another layer of makeup. So if you've already applied foundation and then you apply concealer, you're kind of putting on layers of product on top of your skin. Now under the eyes is the most delicate area of the face. It's this like thinnest skin on your face, because underneath the under eye area there is nothing apart from hollowness from your actual eyeball socket. So this is an actual socket, and that's what causes us to have dark circles, is because the skin is so thin that we actually are seeing the hollowness, so the shadow of the actual eye socket. So there's your little biology out of the way. What you should do in order to kind of minimize the creasing and the cakey look of concealer, what I would suggest is buy a corrector. A corrector is basically something that gives a different tone to the skin. So where you've got quite dark circles, or you might have slightly bluish sort of under your eyes, you want to get something of a yellow tone. That's usually across the board, something of a yellow colour, like a corrector or an apricot shade. You'd apply that quite thinly, you just need a little bit, not too much product, and then let it set for a little bit. I would say pat it down a little bit with your fingers. The warmth of the fingers helps to smooth it out and distribute it evenly. And then you can apply your concealer, again putting a very minimal amount. You don't need too much. Number two is never sleep with your makeup on. I know that some people would think, well obviously you won't sleep with your makeup on, but we do it sometimes. We're just like tired. I don't do it, but we're tired and we think, oh, you know, I'll do it in the morning, or you know, I look glamorous enough, I'll just go to work the next day looking like this. But I would suggest, for you to have the best possible skin that you can have, just wash off all your makeup. I use a two-step cleansing routine where I take up all the makeup off with either a cleansing oil. Sometimes I do use like Johnson's baby oil, because it's, you know, it's handy. I use it for my little one. And just on a cotton pad, take off all the excess makeup and then wash your face with whichever cleanser you use. I wash my face twice just to make sure that there's no trace of makeup left. Now the reason being is that your time of sleep is the best time for your skin to recuperate, for it to rebuild itself, for it to breathe, to rest. And if you're applying makeup on a daily basis, you're obviously not giving your skin that chance, an opportunity to glow and be the best that it can be, because it's not resting, because it's got all that makeup and, you know, heavy clogged up pores, and this can cause you a lot of, you know, blocked pores around your nose and whichever areas that you end up putting most of your foundation on. So my simplest tip is just to wash off your makeup before you go to bed. Plus you'll have much cleaner pillows and bedwear and everything like that. Next one is never apply your mascara before you start the rest of your eye makeup. Now if you decide to put eyeshadow for your face. Some people tend to maybe put the mascara on first and then they put their eyeshadow. Now sometimes you're going to get a fallout from eyeshadow, and if you've coated your mascara on and then you do the eyeshadow, you're going to get all the fallout on top of your lashes. So the best thing to do is do your eye makeup, do your eyeshadow, finish off your eye makeup completely, in fact finish off all your makeup, and then apply your mascara. That's the way that I do it, and I just find it best way, because if I want to change anything then I've already changed it, and then I apply my mascara and everything is nice and clean and there's no fallout on the lashes. The next one is never look at your reflection too many times in one day. The reason I say this is that we tend to kind of, when we look into a mirror, we look at our flaws. We never look at the good points. We never think, oh, I've got nice lashes or whatever. We think, oh my god, look at my skin, look at my pores. We look so closely into mirrors that this can actually affect our self-esteem, and we'll be constantly thinking about these things and like, you know, how awful our skin looks. So my best advice to you is, if you lessen the amount of time that you look into a mirror, it will actually boost your confidence instead of hindering it. So try it for a week. I know some of you kind of may feel that that'll be a bit strange not being able to look at yourself, but just think of taking out your compact mirror, for example, and putting it in a drawer somewhere, just so that you don't end up looking at yourself too often and looking at your flaws, because you're more beautiful than you think, trust me. Next one is, right, this is a really important one. Never replace fizzy drinks, tea or coffee with water. Now a lot of my clients, they say to me, yeah, but I drink water, because I advise them to drink water, and then they say to me, I drink, you know, tea, coffee, and I'm like, well, do you know that tea and coffee has caffeine in it? And they're like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, well, caffeine is a diuretic, and a diuretic means basically it flushes any water out of your system. So where you think you're drinking water by having tea and coffee, you're actually flushing out any water that's in your system. So if you are going to have tea or coffee, if you're going to have tea anyway, try and get decaf. I'm not sure if they make coffee that's decaf, because I'm not a coffee drinker, but any caffeine in your drinks, whether it's Pepsi, it's going to just flush any water out, and you're actually going to see that if you cut out these drinks, especially I'd have to say green tea has the highest amount of caffeine. Some people think that green tea is good at detoxing and getting rid of toxins, which it is, but it's also very high in caffeine, which means that it's flushing out all the water in your system, and then you get very dehydrated. Your skin will start to look dehydrated as well, and plus it will keep you up at night, so you probably won't have a good night's rest. And the next one is never apply kohl straight from the pencil. And what I mean is that obviously when we come to putting kohl pencil, we would just take out the pencil and put it straight onto our tide line. But what I would suggest is, next time, if you have a lighter handy, is just to melt the end slightly and wait for it to cool, and then you just want to give it a wipe onto the tie line, and what you'll notice is that your eyeliner will last longer on your waterline and it won't smudge as much. Plus it will be very, very black and give you that very, very, you know, very mystical Arabian eyed look. So that's another tip that you can try. And the next one is, I've put this in there because it's basically never squint or frown. Obviously we can't help to frown or squint sometimes, but what I'm saying is that some of us may need to get prescription glasses, contact lenses, because when you squint you kind of scrunch up your eyes, and then the little areas around the eyes, which is what is crow's feet, basically this whole area, like we mentioned before, is very, very thin. The skin is extremely thin, and any scrunchiness of like frowning or anything like that, better not do it, can actually cause you to have wrinkles, and premature aging starts forming. And especially if you're obviously drinking tea and coffee and caffeinated drinks and all of that stuff, then obviously you're not doing yourself any favours. So what I'm suggesting is that some of us may need to see the optician to make sure that we don't need glasses, because usually you squint when you're trying to make something look clearer for you. Now you may only have very, very small short-sightedness, but the best thing to do is check out the local optician and get an eye test, just to make sure that you don't need glasses or contact lenses, and that will help you reduce from squinting and frowning. Next line I've put here is never squeeze your spots. Now this is like debatable, but my best advice for you is, if you ever have a spot or a zit or a breakout, whatever, don't touch your skin, don't touch your spots, just leave your skin to do its job. Wash your face as often as you can throughout the day, dry it out, dry those spots out. There is another sort of home remedy that I've made, which I may do in another video, just to kind of give you an idea of how to dry out your spots in a more natural way. I'll do that in another video, but all I'm saying is that when you try and squeeze your spot, what you're actually doing is you're pushing down the bacteria and the little infection that's forming further in, rather than pushing it out, because obviously it's underneath the surface, and no matter how much we think that we're squeezing it out, it's actually not going to come out. So, and what you'll end up having is very, very red, sore skin and just unsightly, and it will actually scar, and it's actually worse. So just best thing to do is leave it, don't touch it, don't play with it, don't even look at it, and plus don't look in the mirror. Yeah. Okay, and number 10, never be anyone but yourself. The reason I put this here is that no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, you won't please everybody all of the time. There'll be people that are upset with you, there'll be people that are happy, there'll be sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're not, but you won't be able to please everyone at the same time. So what I would suggest to you is make sure that you're happy, make sure that your family's happy, so do the best that you can to make yourself happy, because if you're happy, then people around you will be happy, and that's the main thing, that's the most important thing. Never strive to kind of please others, because sometimes we just can't please others. And that's really it. Never be anyone but yourself, stay true to yourself and what you believe in. And I think I've mentioned 10 points which I think are valid. I may make another one. I'm not sure what you guys want to see. I know a lot of you like to see my real bride transformations, but now it's kind of a quiet time. I do have a few brides booked, but like I mentioned to you guys, not all brides want me to film them. So if I get the opportunity, I will film another bridal transformation. But otherwise, guys, I really want to hear what you guys want to see. You know, there's so many suggestions, but I want to know if you guys want to see shorter videos and basically maybe more makeup tips or how to apply makeup. Just give me some ideas. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it with other people if you think that they'll find it helpful. And until the next video, I'll see you next time. Bye.